These are slightly different centaurs than you've seen before. We wanted to make them feel very real and organic and not like a fantasy creature, but like a creature that could exist.
On Harry Potter 1, the concept of the centaur was slightly different. On this one, David Yates felt that he wanted to bring a more realistic idea of where these creatures come from. So they would have primitive weaponry, primitive tools. They would be simple but very intelligent creatures.
The reason why they're so complicated, or there's so much going on in them, is that you've got a human body on top of a horse. And at face value, it seems really simple, but if you think about from a CG point of view, there's so many different parts that need to go into it before it starts to look real. The art department created a series of maquettes, or sculptures. The first thing that we do is take a scan of the actual maquette, and then our modeler will go in there and create a life-size version of that on the computer. And then we take it to the next stage, which is painting it. And it's kind of like a model kit. We start putting all the lovely details, such as the veins, all the coloration in there. And then once we are happy with that, we take it to the next step, which is putting hair on there. It's given all those little touches of realism.
Centaurs have their own language. The two centaurs had to have voice training to be able to speak it like that, and it sounds amazing and really aggressive and complicated and intricate.
Now, this gives you an idea of the massive amount of work that goes into something as simple as someone talking. Right here on the screen, we have a series of shapes, and we call them blend shapes. And in total, for all of the centaurs, we have hundreds of blend shapes. So each one of these facial expressions, in other words, if you take your face and you go ooh, ah, ooh, whenever you do that, by default, when you're talking to someone, you're naturally doing that. Obviously, we've got to replicate that on the computer. So we have a very talented modeler who's sat there and gone through these blend shapes, or key shapes, and sculpted each one of them. So the next step is that we build a tool that our animators can use that enables them to dial the performance in. This is the animation tool that they use to drive the facial expressions on our centaur. At the end of the day, it's always good to base our work on reality. So there were two actors, and this one in particular, which was playing Bane, did a performance of some of the lines that he has in the movie. And these little dots on his face are what we use to track and be able to see the fine, minute detail, or the small little subtleties. So based on his performance, we turn around and we go in there and match it to give it the same sort of feeling that the actor had on set. The good thing about something like this is the director gets to go in there and work with the actors to get the performance that he wants. We capture it all on video cameras and turn around and mimic that in the computer. And the other tricky thing is that it's a human face. Right here you can see his nose and all of that. But if you look at the centaur itself, for example, it has an elongated nose, which is definitely more equine than it is human. It's translating that performance from a human into a horsey sort of face is the tricky bit.